As we get older, the days can sometimes start to feel quieter. Maybe it's the empty house after the kids have grown and moved out, or the lack of social gatherings that used to fill the calendar. I'm sure you've felt it, the slow, creeping feeling of loneliness that seems to show up more often than it used to. Maybe you sit down for a cup of coffee and the silence feels louder than the sound of the spoon stirring. Or you look at the phone, hoping for a message or a call, but there's nothing. And just like that, you start wondering, am I still needed? Am I still part of something? If this sounds familiar, I want to reassure you right now. Feeling lonely at this stage of life is more common than you might think. It's a part of the journey. But here's the most important thing to remember. Loneliness doesn't have to be permanent. There are simple, everyday actions you can take to feel more connected, valued, and at peace. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 daily rituals that can help you reconnect, not just with others, but with yourself. These aren't complicated. You don't need any special tools or even a lot of time. What you need is a willingness to take small, meaningful steps each day to change how you experience your life. So let's dive in together. We'll start with something simple yet incredibly powerful. The morning intention. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, your feet touch the floor, and before you rush into the whirlwind of your day, take a moment. Sit for a second. No phone, no distractions, just you. Think about one thing you'd like to do today that would make you feel good. Maybe it's as simple as saying hi to your neighbor, calling an old friend, or maybe it's something personal, like taking a few minutes to stretch. Whatever it is, write it down. Don't just think about it, write it. Setting this intention in the morning gives you purpose. It shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you can do today. And what's powerful about this ritual is that it becomes a promise to yourself, a small step toward feeling valued, connected, and seen. Now you might be thinking, but it's just a simple thought. Does it really make a difference? The answer is yes, it does. Research shows that starting your day with a positive intention not only boosts your mood, but it also helps you stay more engaged with your life. You'll start to notice those little moments of connection, whether with a friend, a stranger, or even with yourself, becoming more frequent and meaningful. With that morning intention in place, let's move on to the next step. Micro-connections. These are brief yet impactful moments of connection that can happen throughout your day. And here's the best part. They don't require a lot of energy or a long conversation. You don't have to wait for a phone call or a visit to experience connection. Think of micro-connections as those little pockets of interaction you have with people. Whether it's a short conversation with the cashier at the grocery store, a compliment to someone passing by, or even just a wave to a neighbor. The key here is to actively look for these moments, even when you're feeling isolated. It's easy to fall into the habit of avoiding eye contact or rushing through your errands without speaking to anyone. But these brief interactions have a big impact. I know what you're probably thinking. I don't want to bother anyone. Or, what if they're not in the mood to talk? But here's the thing. Those small moments matter. They don't need to be deep conversations to make a difference. Just a smile, a simple hello, or even just acknowledging someone else's presence creates a ripple. You matter to others, and when you reach out, even in a tiny way, it reinforces that you are not invisible. And it's not just a nice idea, it's backed by science. Studies have shown that social interactions, even brief ones, can boost levels of the feel-good hormones dopamine and oxytocin in our brains. These chemicals reduce stress and anxiety, increase happiness, and even improve your immune system. So when you make a point to connect with 3 or 4 people each day, whether it's a neighbor, a store clerk, or someone in your family, your brain responds, making you feel less isolated and more connected to the world around you. So there you have it, the morning intention and micro-connections. Simple, actionable rituals that can start to transform how you feel day by day. They create a pattern of positivity and connection, but they're just the beginning. As we continue on this journey, let's talk about the third ritual that's incredibly important for both your emotional well-being and your sense of connection. The mirror moment. When was the last time you looked yourself in the mirror and truly saw yourself? I'm talking about looking into your eyes without judgment and acknowledging who you are. For so many of us, it's easy to feel like we're fading into the background as we age. It's easy to forget that we are worthy of love and respect, not just from others, but from ourselves. But here's the thing. Self-compassion is one of the most powerful tools you can use to combat loneliness. And it starts with that mirror moment. It's simple. Each morning, when you stand in front of the mirror, take a deep breath and look at yourself. In that moment, say something kind. It might feel strange at first, but tell yourself something like, "I'm proud of you," or "You are enough," or "I see you. You matter." This isn't about vanity. It's about self-respect and honoring yourself in the same way you would a dear friend. You've spent your life giving love and care to others. Now it's time to turn some of that love back to yourself. So those are the first three rituals: the morning intention, the micro connections, the mirror moment. These small practices can start to bring more connection, joy, and peace into your life. And while they may seem simple, they have a profound impact on how you feel each day. Now, in the next part of this video, we'll explore some additional daily habits that will continue to help you feel connected and at peace with yourself. But for now, I encourage you to try these first three rituals tomorrow morning. They don't require a lot of time, but I promise you, they'll start to make a difference. Remember, you are not alone in this. And no matter how quiet the world may seem, there is always a way to feel connected, valued, and truly seen. You have so much to offer, and the world needs your light. Let's keep that light shining. Let's continue this journey together. Now that we've laid the foundation with a strong morning intention, those micro connections, and the mirror moment, you may already begin to notice a shift, however subtle, in your day. The loneliness may not vanish overnight, but the edges start to soften. You begin to remember you're still here, you're still you, and you still matter deeply. So let's keep building on that momentum with something truly powerful. Daily gratitude reflections. You may have heard people talk about gratitude before, but this isn't just about listing a few nice things once in a while. I'm talking about making gratitude a living, breathing part of your day, a ritual that grounds you, calms you, and helps you focus on what's still good and beautiful in your life. Here's how you can start. Every evening before you head to bed, take a few minutes and think about three things that brought even a small spark of joy that day. It could be something as simple as the smell of your morning coffee, the way the sunlight came through the window, a kind word from someone, even just the quiet comfort of your favorite chair. Don't overthink it. The magic isn't in what you write, it's in the act of noticing. Because what happens is, when you start looking for good things, your brain begins to shift. Instead of dwelling on what's missing or what feels hard, it starts tuning into what's still working, what's still beautiful, what's still yours. And slowly those moments of gratitude become anchors, things you can hold on to when the day feels heavy or the silence grows too loud. I know some days will be harder than others. There might be days when finding one good thing feels impossible. But even on those days, the ritual of simply trying to find something, even just one thing, can bring a little light into the dark. And if you feel comfortable, share it with someone. Maybe you have a friend, a neighbor, or a family member you can text or call. Say something like, "Hey, today I was grateful for this simple moment." You'd be surprised how powerful it is to share gratitude and how often others will share something back. Just like that, a connection is formed. Now, speaking of connection, let's talk about a ritual that can really rekindle your sense of purpose: the helper's heart. There is something incredibly healing about being useful, about knowing you made someone's day a little brighter, or lighter, or warmer. And the beautiful truth is, you don't need to be young, strong, or full of energy to make a difference. Your wisdom, your time, your listening ear, they're all powerful tools for connection. So here's what I encourage you to do each day. Find one small way to be helpful to someone else. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe you write a quick message to someone who's been on your mind. Maybe you send a funny photo or memory to a grandchild. Maybe you check in on a neighbor or leave a kind note for someone in your building. Even acts that seem small carry weight. And when you start practicing this daily ritual of giving kindness, encouragement, time, you'll notice something shift inside. That feeling of loneliness, it often begins to fade when you become a source of light for someone else. Because helping reminds you, you're still needed. You're still someone others can count on. And that's a deeply empowering thing. Let me share a quick story. A woman named Carol, who's 72, shared how she started writing little sunshine letters every day. Just a few lines of encouragement she would send to people in her church group. She didn't expect much from it, but within weeks she had dozens of people writing back, thanking her for brightening their day. She told me, "I thought I was the one reaching out to help them, but really they were helping me feel alive again." That's the beauty of helping. It's a two-way street, and it leads us into another simple but transformative ritual, the body connection. Now I know you've probably heard 100 times that exercise is important, but I want to talk about movement in a different way. Not as a chore or a task, but as a daily gift to your body and mind. Because movement doesn't just help your physical health, it helps your emotional well-being too. When you move your body, even gently, you send a message to yourself that says, "I care about you. You are worth taking care of." This doesn't mean going to the gym or pushing yourself past your limits. It could be a short walk outside to feel the breeze on your face, some light stretching while listening to your favorite music, a simple yoga pose that helps you feel grounded, even just dancing in your kitchen for a few minutes. What matters is the intent. You're reconnecting with your body, your breath, your aliveness. And as you move, you create space. Space for your emotions to flow. Space for thoughts to settle. Space for your heart to soften. Many people have told me that their loneliest moments were eased simply by walking in nature or swaying gently to their favorite song. Movement brings you back to the present moment where peace lives, and in that moment, you're not lost, you're here. So today, even if it's just 5 minutes, find a way to move with love. Not punishment, not guilt, just love. These rituals, daily gratitude, helping others, and reconnecting with your body build upon the foundation we started earlier. They are small, daily invitations to reawaken joy, connection, and self-worth. And slowly but surely, they help you create a life where loneliness has less room to grow. Even if you live alone, even if your phone doesn't ring every day, even if you sometimes wonder if anyone sees you anymore, these rituals remind you that you see yourself. And from that place, deeper connections start to grow. Let's keep going. You're doing something powerful here. And there's more ahead, more ways to rediscover the peace, joy, and connection that are still waiting for you. So here we are, together on this journey. You've already taken in so much: intention, micro-connection, self-affirmation, gratitude, helpfulness, movement. And I hope in some quiet way, you're starting to feel a shift. A little more present, a little more seen, a little more you. But we're not quite done yet. Let's talk about one more ritual, one that often gets overlooked but carries immense power: creative expression. Now, before you say, "I'm not artistic," or "I don't know how to do any of that," let me stop you right there. This isn't about painting a masterpiece or writing a novel. It's about giving your inner self a voice. And yes, that voice is still inside you. You haven't lost it. It's just been waiting. You see, when we feel lonely or disconnected, we often feel like we don't have a place to put our emotions. They build up quietly inside, unspoken, unseen. But creativity gives those feelings a home, a place to land. So here's what I suggest. Find some form of daily expression. It might be as simple as journaling for 5 minutes each morning. It could be doodling while you drink your tea, singing softly while you wash the dishes, planting flowers in your garden in a pattern that feels beautiful to you, telling a story to your grandchild over the phone, even just humming a tune while you walk. This is your soul speaking. It doesn't have to be good. It just has to be true. And the beauty is, when you let yourself create, even in the smallest ways, you reconnect with the part of you that is alive, evolving, still filled with curiosity and depth. It reminds you that you are more than your routines, more than your past, more than your aches or quiet evenings. You are a creative being, and creativity is connection, not just with others, but with yourself. One woman I spoke to, named Esther, said she started writing one handwritten letter to herself each night. Just a short note about how her day went, what she felt, what she hoped for tomorrow. After a month, she said, "I feel like I've become my own best friend." That's what creative expression can do. It brings you back home to yourself. And when you're in touch with yourself, when you feel known, valued, listened to by the most important person in your life, something changes. The loneliness doesn't feel quite so loud. The silence isn't so empty because you filled it with you. So now, as we come to the end of this conversation, I want you to take a deep breath with me. Breathe in, hold it, and let it out slowly. Because this moment is yours. You've spent the last few minutes investing in yourself, tending to your heart, and I hope you can feel just a little more grounded, more open, and more connected to yourself, to your day, and to the possibility of tomorrow. Let's gently remind ourselves of what we've just explored, not as a checklist, but as gentle rituals, like stepping stones to peace. You began your day with intention, telling yourself what you want to feel, not just what you have to do. You reached out in small ways, smiling at a neighbor, chatting with the cashier, reminding someone they matter. You looked at your reflection and chose to speak kindly to the person staring back at you. You took a moment to feel gratitude, not for a perfect day, but for the tiny joys that showed up anyway. You helped someone, reminding yourself that you're still a gift in this world. You moved your body gently and lovingly, keeping the rhythm of life flowing inside you. And finally, you let your spirit speak, through words, music, nature, color, laughter. Whatever felt right. These aren't big, flashy changes. They're quiet acts of care. But over time, they create a life that feels fuller, more meaningful, and yes, less lonely. So if you're watching this and still feeling unsure, still feeling like you're not quite enough, I want you to hear me clearly. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are still important, still valuable, still deeply worthy of love, connection, and peace. Every day is a chance to reconnect, to feel seen, to see yourself, and you don't have to do it all at once. Just one ritual, one moment, one small act of kindness to yourself or someone else. You've already taken the first step by being here. That matters. You matter. So if this video spoke to your heart today, leave a comment, share your favorite ritual, or just say hello. You never know. Someone else might read your words and feel a little less alone too. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We're building a warm, supportive space here where age is honored, wisdom is celebrated, and you are never too old to start something beautiful. Until next time, take care of your heart, hold your head high, and keep reaching for the peace and connection you deserve. Here's to living your fullest, kindest life, one gentle ritual at a time.